Today is I'm completely gone. I can't hear anything. What I expect to see out of the Titans today is a better hitting across the lineup, not just at the front, at the back, in different places, but literally better hitting across the lineup. And that's what I hope to see, and I hope that they're ready to come bring the bats today.
Okay, so we're still figuring out some audio things, but I think we'll be good today, and we're going to take a quick break for the national anthem. When we come back, Carl Albert starting lineups. They will take the field first in a moment. You are watching the 5A state tournament on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Express Car Wash. We know how to love your ride. Try the Works Wash with our signature 14-step cleaning process, engineered to shine and shield your car from the elements. From breaking down dirt and bugs with our Detox Pre-Wash to restoring your vehicle's finish with our ceramic body wax. Give your car the best with our Top Wash. Then complete the clean with free vacuums and mat washers. Download our app and get your first 30 days of the Works for free. Tommy's Express. Love your ride.
35% of all auto accident deaths were rollovers. If you've been in a wreck, don't hesitate to call us. This is why you need our number in your phone. This could be you.
When you call our firm, you're going to get one of us, not some paralegal or office manager.
Most lawyers, they take more money than their clients. Most of the time, a lot more.
We don't, and we guarantee it.
All right, welcome back to Wausau High School as the Titans and Tigers are about to do battle here. The starting lineups are brought to you by Eastside Church of Christ. Come to Eastside Church of Christ, where they will love you with the love of Christ, and they will serve others and yourself. They want to invite you to learn more about them and join in serving the Midwest City area. Eastside Church of Christ at 916 South Douglas Boulevard in Midwest City. Here are the Carl Albert Titans starters in the field. In the outfield, from left to right, we have Jackson Webster, Jordan Hawkins, Peyton Lockridge back playing after he had to be removed from the game because of an injury late in the game yesterday. The infield from third, Mac Murphy at third, shortstop Lane Sexton, second base Peyton Reed, first baseman Joaquin Golden. The battery for Carl Albert. Mason Avery will be catching in this game, so he is not done playing for the Carl Albert Titans, just done pitching. And the pitcher for this game is Lucas Perrymore. He pitched in the postseason last week on Friday night, where he beat Bishop McGuinness. So that's usually, Kirk, where you see the number 2 pitcher pitch after Mason Avery dealt with Bishop McGuinness the game before.
Right.
So they got to the winner's round, and that's usually when you pitch your second pitcher. And so he pitched pretty well, and now he's going to have the challenge of this Pryor Tiger lineup. What do you think is important for Lucas to start things out?
I just think it's important to, first of all, we talked about this a little bit yesterday, and that is make sure that you grasp what the umpire is giving you and make sure you're painting those outside edges where that umpire is going to be forced to make those calls, and yet it's difficult to find one to hit. So, we learned that in the first inning. Every game is what is it that the umpire's giving today, and how can I best take advantage of that?
Well, what's interesting about yesterday, none of the games were blowouts, but the district champions went 4-0.
Right.
So if you're looking at the 4 best teams in 5A, you just look at the standings, and these aren't just the 4 teams that finished first. They're the 4 teams with the best records, all over 30 wins. That includes these 2 teams, Carl Albert and Pryor, both district champions. Pryor was in a very competitive district too, along with Claremore and Collinsville. And then last night, we didn't show this game, of course. We had Bishop Kelly beat Noble 9-6. So that's the highest scoring game of the day yesterday.
Yeah.
And I don't know if their home runs hit, because the wind's a little different now. And that was kind of one of the stories of yesterday, is the teams that were trailing came from behind to make it interesting, but not all the way.
Right.
This included Noble. They were down 9-0, got within 3 runs at some point in the 5th or 6th inning, I believe, but they couldn't get any closer. And so our next matchup after this will be Newcastle, another district champion, and Bishop Kelly. And that's just interesting to me, Kirk, as we were getting ready to start here with Lucas Perrymore pitching, is that you don't see this as much in 6A. And I don't know about the lower classes, but in 5A, it is top-heavy, and we often do see teams at the top demonstrate that they are the best teams.
Right, and it's a program-based sport. I mean, that's one of the things that you've got to look at. If you're trying to start this up from scratch, you've got some work to do. But if you've got some history and you've been able to continue on with that, guys want to play in your program. And so this is a good program. It's got a lot of players on both teams. So here's Perrymore's first pitch.
And he catches the inside part of the strike zone, pitching to Eli Swarer, who again is playing third base for Pryor. Yeah, this happened also 2 years ago, real quick. In 2024, the 4 district champs all made it to the Final Four. If that's a foul ball, all foul balls are brought to you by A-Grade Lawn Care. A-Grade Lawn Care for a lawn above the rest. So 2 years ago, it was Carl Albert, along with Tahlequah in the east, along with Collinsville, and then Duncan, the other West Side team. That was your Final Four. They all were district champions. And it happens again this year where your Final Four are your district champions.
Got him
that
swinging.
Swing on a missed. Ball goes in the ground, so Mason Avery needs to make a quick throw to
There's
first.
the first
and he does.
out.
We have a strikeout swinging. Strikeouts are brought to you by Patrick Newby State Farm. Scan the QR code, which is also our inning sponsor. So you'll basically see a double dose sometimes with Patrick Newby. But Kirk, you couldn't ask for a better start.
No, it's a great start. You know, you were talking about the weather yesterday. The wind was blowing, holding the flag straight out towards left field. The wind is blowing in that same direction today, but not a third, maybe not even a fourth of what it was blowing yesterday. So we're starting out in a great way.
And right now, the outfielders do not need to wear sunglasses as it's not sunny, it's cloudy. That kind of affects our camera shot a little bit, but we're actually okay with that. I'm glad there's clouds.
Yeah.
Ground ball
Right
to
there.
third. That's going to be a base hit. Just past the outstretched arms of Mac Murphy. And Gavin Roberts, who is also pitching, so we've got to see if they courtesy run for him. Doesn't look like they will. But he will be the pitcher today, and he helps his cause by getting a base hit. Here comes Daniel Harrington. Now, this is interesting, Kirk. He was the winning pitcher yesterday, but he got a little banged up as well.
Yeah, it looked like he had a little lower leg issue yesterday, and some of that, I'm not sure how much gamesmanship that was, but anyway, here he is.
Well, he got injured a second time moving to right field, and I was just surprised he stayed in the game, but it may have been necessary because Middle City almost tied that thing, so I shouldn't question Pryor's coach for that, Gerald Osborne. He takes a ball to start out this at bat. 1-0 is the count. 2-0. Harrington helped his cause after trailing 2-0 yesterday against Midwest City with a 2-run double. Count is 2-0.
There's one high to right field.
Coming in is Lockridge. Moved pretty well there, Kirk. Of
Yep.
course, I'm sure he's all taped up. That's what he needs, and he gets out number 2. So there are now 2 outs. It'll be back to a 0-0 count.
Now batting the first baseman, number 9, Clinton Stoller.
Clinton Stoller, the cleanup hitter, comes up with a man on, but that was a good job for Lucas to pitch into contact when he was behind the count. First pitch there is a ball, 1-0.
That one was just a little bit low, kind of got the plate there, but just a little bit low, and he is trying to paint those corners. Throw back to first.
We'll see if Lucas, a young pitcher, has the variety of pickoff moves here. Or he's just going to do a little bit there to keep the base runner honest. That's Gavin Roberts at first. Second pitch is a ball. 2-0 the count. It's interesting to see a different catcher, of course, for Carl Albert. Mason Avery goes from pitching to catching. Strike.
Yeah, he brought that one in a little off speed. Just kind of caught Stoller just waiting.
Count is 2-1. Overall, though, you can't complain about this weather. This is what you want to see in May when we have state tournament baseball. A little bit of rain came through, but we don't expect any problems, any delays. That's a ball, so the count goes 3-1.
That one stayed up a little bit, did not break all the way down.
They're holding the runner on. He takes off. That's a ball, doesn't matter. Though Mason Avery needs to hurry up to the ball. Nope, we're going to see Roberts try to take third. Avery's going to go make the throw. Oh, it would have been close, but it got away. And Pryor may have the first run. Yes, Sexton didn't even look to score. Meanwhile, Stoller, after the walk, takes second. Stoller, I should say. And just like that, Pryor has a 1-0 lead. Kirk, it's a question now. It's easy to second guess, but should Mason have even thrown that ball?
Well, again, I think he should have thrown the ball. The ball was there in plenty of time, but that time we had a little problem there. Mac Murphy, and Mac has had a little bit of trouble in the last 2 days. Mac Murphy did not catch the ball before he tried to make the tag, and there you go. They run around. They're going to be aggressive. They know that they've got to find runs, and they're doing a good job of it right now. 1 run on the board.
I agree. That would probably go as an error on Max.
That's exactly right. I'm 100% sure that's what that would be.
And if he caught it, he did have a chance to make the play. So now it's important for Lucas not to get unraveled.
Yeah, Perrymore, since the single, he has struggled a little bit in regard to just remaining under control, taking his time, remembering each pitch stands on its own.
2-0 is the count. Pryor looking for more runs. Of course, these teams played a very low-scoring game last year. 3-0 the count. Just important for Lucas to remain composed. He does have, in a sense, first base open. I don't think he wants another base runner either. So 3-0, taken all the way, is Carter Sloan, the left fielder. That's strike one, so 3-1 now the count.
Again, you know, right here, he's got 3-1. I'm not sure that Sloan is going to swing at this. I think I would just give him something.
He does swing.
There we go. That's the way you get the third out right there.
It stays in the infield. Peyton Reed will make the out for Carl Albert at second, and there are 3 outs, and we will head to the bottom of the first inning. Let's go ahead and show you, though, brought to you by Eastside Church of Christ, and we'll update the score bug in a bit. Let's go ahead and show you the Carl Albert batting order. Again, that's brought to you by the Eastside Church of Christ. And it looks like this. Again, Peyton Lockridge is playing as he leads off playing right field. Jordan Hawkins bats second in center field. Jackson Webster third in left field. So the outfielders start things off for Carl Albert. Then it's Joaquin Golden, the cleanup hitter at first base. Lane Sexton, the shortstop, bats fifth. Bo Davis will move up in the batting order to the 6th hole as he's the designated hitter. Mason Avery will bat 7th and catch today's game. Mac Murphy bats 8th and will play third base. Peyton Reed will bat 9th, playing second base. Well, Kirk, I think we saw, and I really like the way that the Titan outfielders started things off whenever they were up.
Yep.
As you got a good 1-2-3 combination there. Guys who can put the ball in play and run like the wind. And we'll see how well they can get on base here. The starting pitcher for Pryor, we already mentioned, is Gavin Roberts. And we'll see what kind of stuff he has. He inherits a 1-0 lead.
Well, yeah, that's the best thing he's got going for him right now is he's got a 1-0 lead. And he's thrown a couple of wild pitches even here in the midst of the warm-up. But we know that he's their number 2. He's the guy that's going to come out and try to get them the win today. And so now we've got to see if the bats are going to be there for the Titans today.
I want to remind you that the bottom of each inning for today in this game is brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings, located 5500 Tinker Diagonal in Del City. Buffalo Wild Wings, where every day is game day. And there's never a bad time to go to Buffalo Wild Wings, as there's always some interesting sports going on. So we got college baseball, college softball, NBA playoffs this month. So Buffalo Wild Wings, make that your home for any type of game watching experience you want with you and your friends. The winner of this game will play tomorrow, even earlier in the day. It's scheduled for a 10 a.m. start over at 1OK Field in Tulsa, home of the Drillers. And they will play the winner of the next game that we will have on the Oklahoma Sports Network, that being Newcastle versus Bishop Kelly. And we're ready to begin the bottom of the first inning. And here comes Peyton Lockridge. I mentioned this a little bit early on, but he showed no problems making the catch in right field at the top of the innings. He takes a first pitch strike from Roberts. And we're expecting that he'll still run the bases pretty well, even though we believe he hurt his ankle yesterday, but not too bad. As the count goes now 1-1.
That one was definitely outside. He's been throwing that ball a little bit outside even in the warm-up, so let's see how this progresses.
Roberts goes the other way. Well, that drop carries.
Did not.
For the right fielder for Pryor. That is Daniel Harrington, who pitched yesterday. And that's a case where Peyton Lockridge is out, but you like the at-bat.
Absolutely. You got the barrel on the ball. You got to feel what it feels like. He goes back. He talks to Hawkins. He talks to Webster, tells them what they're going to see. And this time, from the right-hander, he's been throwing right at the batter's box here where Hawkins is at. Hawkins takes that for a strike.
Yeah, he went after that first pitch, and it's not often you see Jordan swing and miss. But I think that is less frequent as the strikes accumulate in the count. Now he's 0-2, so now he's got to really be careful with the swings. That was a good outside strike there for Roberts. 0-2 the count. Wow,
got him swinging 3 strikes.
Impressive a display there from Gavin Roberts as Jordan Hawkins strikes out on 3 pitches. And now Jackson Webster will come up, and he loves to bunt. And if the pitcher has a rolling, you think that might make it more likely he will bunt. He doesn't look to bunt there as he takes strike 1. Gavin Roberts in a good zone here.
You know, the nice thing that Roberts is doing, he's not trying to get fancy. He's just throwing them all around the plate and making those guys go for it.
That one's low. First ball he's thrown in 6 pitches. Count now 1-1. And that is sliced down the opposite field, but it'll be foul for an A-grade lawn care foul ball. So a lot of foul balls hit over there yesterday. A lot of right-handed hitters, of course, will get a little bit behind on a pitch and hit the foul balls that way. It's 1-2 now, the count. Oh, I jumped on that, Kirk.
Yeah, you did. You did.
Can't lie.
That one is fouled straight back to Jordan, and thank God that the net was there.
Will I ever learn? I've done enough of these games. It's when I'm outside, of course, I get a little jumpy. Good take. 2-2 the count now. 2 outs. Roberts fires. And another strikeout as he gets Webster to swing and miss. A perfect start for Gavin Roberts. And Pryor will take a 1-0 lead into the second inning. You are watching Carl Albert State Tournament Baseball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices. Plus, find us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Search Oklahoma Sports Network and watch from anywhere.
At Tommy's Express Car Wash, we know how to love your ride. Try the Works Wash with our signature 14-step cleaning process, engineered to shine and shield your car from the elements. From breaking down dirt and bugs with our Detox Pre-Wash to restoring your vehicle's finish with our ceramic body wax. Give your car the best with our Top Wash. Then complete the clean with free vacuums and mat washers. Download our app and get your first 30 days of the works for free. Tommy's Express. Love your ride.
We are going to bring you now the top of the second inning on the Oklahoma Sports Network in this 5A battle of two district champions. As again, all four of the Final Four teams in 5A are district champions. It's Pryor and Carl Albert. Pryor with a 1-0 lead. This inning, of course, brought to you by Patrick Newby State Farm. And Jaron Bailey, who pitched some against Midwest City in the 7th inning, will bat here. And first pitch swinging is an A-grade lawn care foul ball and strike one. So 0-1 the count.
Again, they're getting the bat on the ball. They're feeling it. And, it's just going to be how aggressive do you want to be. That one's going to be a foul ball, but it's playable.
Golden, he got it. Joaquin Golden makes a nice play in foul territory. So you may miss that on your camera shot, but you can take our word for it. There are 2 outs now. Sorry, 1 out. That was the first out. Here's Dax Thompson. He hit a 3-run homer. Big deal that he did, as Pryor held on to win by 1 run yesterday. But that was in the first inning. He takes strike one here from Lucas Perrymore. Perrymore gave up in the first inning a base hit and then a walk. That was a wild pitch, and that led to the Pryor run.
That time, Perrymore tried to bring in the curveball, and it just died before it got to the plate, and so it was low. And now the count is 2-1.
Yep. Swung on and missed.
Nice pitch.
Was that a changeup?
That was. He just took a little off, and that made it so that Thompson was way out ahead. There's another nice fly ball.
Let's stay in play for Golden. I think he may get a second catch
Second
in foul territory.
Twice in the inning. If you can get him to pop up, you're going to win.
So that is 2 straight foul outs to the first baseman. And there are now 2 outs. So pretty good start here. Hunter Vivian, who also pitched in the 7th inning for Pryor. It took a couple pitchers to get that save, as there was some drama there. He is DHing to start things out here, and he takes an inside ball.
Perrymore has settled down a little bit, you can tell, and I'm sure they got him back in the dugout and said, hey, this is a long game, so just relax. And there's one curved right in.
Well, he's really emerged because, he wasn't their usual Tuesday starter during district play, and that's usually who your second starter is. Strike 2 there. But he got the call again Friday night against Bishop McGinnis and was really good, and he gets the call today.
Wouldn't surprise me to see that changeup come in here again now. He's ahead in the count. Tried the curve, stayed inside.
It's also worth mentioning Perrymore is a sophomore, so he's got youth, not experience, but he's gaining that, and looks like he'll have a good career at Carl Albert before it's all said and done. He gets an easy ground ball to him here. Easy play as he throws
it. That's 1, 2, 3.
So he pitched well to contact, as Pryor did not hit the ball well in any of their 3 outs. 3 easy outs for Carl Albert there. Will remain 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the second on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rollovers. If you've been in a wreck, don't hesitate to call us.
This is why you need our number in your phone. This could be you.
When you call our firm, you're going to get one of us, not some paralegal or office manager.
Most lawyers, they take more money than their clients. Most of the time, a lot more.
We don't, and we guarantee it.
Welcome back to Carl Albert Titan State Championship Baseball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Jordan Ray with Kirk Norman. Happy to have Brandy Thomas producing for us. By the time our last game's over, she will be a great pro at this. She's already picking up pretty well. Pryor with a 1-0 lead against Carl Albert. It'll be the 4-5-6 hitters for the Titans. Golden, Sexton, and Davis. Three pretty powerful hitters.
Yep. Well, they have what it takes.
Yep.
Okay, so let me give you a little rundown here on Gavin Roberts. What I've been watching is Gavin doesn't have a whole lot of anything. He is just a good, controlled pitcher who's going to keep putting it around. He's not throwing a real mean curve. He's not throwing a big-time off-speed ball. He's just throwing it to where the batter can get it, and just like that, Joaquin Golden goes down.
Another foul out to first base. We've seen 3 of them in the last 4 outs. This time, Joaquin Golden, who caught the first 2, is victimized on that one, and there's 1 out now for Lane Sexton.
Let's see if Lane can get the bat going. His first time at bat yesterday, he actually hit for a triple, but he did not step on second base, and that was a wild pitch there.
So ball 1.
So he was challenged yesterday by the Zebras, and on the challenge was called out.
And by Zebras, you don't mean Claremore.
Right, I don't.
That's a foul ball hit to the lawn, an A-grade lawn care foul ball in the agriculture area here at Owasso High School. So it'll be 1-1 the count on that A-grade lawn care foul ball.
That was a little bit low. I think a lot of people thought that was a good pitch, but when it's below the knees, it's then it's kind of the umpire's call.
And we are on the Pryor side.
Yep.
So here are a bit more Pryor fans. But Carl Albert traveled well. 3-1 the count. But Carl Albert's, their fans are kind of a little blocked by this building we're next to.
Truly a hitter's count here, and Sexton, I'm sure, has the green light to take it if it's nice. There's down. Puts him on base. First base runner for the Titans.
So Lane Sexton will be aboard via walk, so there'll be a runner at first. And Bo Davis, who's batting 6th in this game. He's been a regular in the lineup since he came back from an injury a few weeks ago, giving Carl Albert a lot of depth. They got some quality guys they could turn to on the bench, like we saw yesterday with Boston Holland, who came in for Lockridge when Lockridge was hurt.
Yeah.
Also Cannon Anglin if they need to go to a lefty batter.
Nice pitch right there on the right side of the plate. Davis, he actually gives him the nod. Yep, that was good, he said.
0-1 the count. Sexton is a threat to take off. Takes an inside pitch. There does Davis. Ball 1. 1-1 the count.
I think Bo was willing to let that one hit him. He kind of stood in thinking maybe it's going to hit me. And
yep. Yeah, didn't jerk back like you expect.
That was outside.
Didn't miss by much, but it did miss. 2-1 the count. Unless Bo hits into a double play, Mason Avery will be batting this inning as he's on deck. A good count for Bo Davis, 2-1. Roberts fires. And that is skied up towards right field. He has to run over, does Thompson, and he gets there easily for another putout. That's 2 outs now. So here is yesterday's winning pitcher for Carl Albert, and one of the great starting pitchers they've had in their program, Mason Avery, who also catches and will bat here today, batting 7th. And he also has power.
That was a really nice pitch, a little off speed. That is going to kind of be his his version of a curve. It kind of comes in just a little bit slow.
They haven't thrown to lane yet at first. They're not getting a huge, now they do. Spoke too soon, I sometimes do.
Well, he was taking a pretty good lead over there, so we knew it was coming sooner or later.
Yeah, I would expect, I wouldn't be surprised if he takes off here. This is bad. Now the first or second pitch, and that just misses, so it's 1-1. But for many of Roberts' pitches, when he does miss it, that's not by much.
No, he's just doing a good job at, playing around the plate. They might be a little low, could be a little high, but they're
quick throw to first. Sexton dives in, no problem. 1-1 the count with 2 outs. And Avery fouls one over the Pryor bleachers. A-grade lawn care foul ball. And strike 2.
Yeah, it's what I like about Roberts. I'm impressed with him. He's not going to just wow you with any kind of amazing pitch. He's just doing a good job at keeping the batters off balance by slinging them in there. And
that gets away, so Sexton will be able to take second. That's one of the reasons you wait sometimes. You wait for that opportunity to take second where you don't have to worry about a catcher's throw. And 2-2, so now an opportunity for Mason to tie this game with a single with 2 outs. Sexton will take off on contact.
Again, I say it every day, base hits score runs. I mean, you don't have to be a home run hitter.
And now there may be some mix-up in the signals. And so,
yeah, that's going to send Thompson out there and give him a little talking to and say, hey, I showed it to you twice. Come on.
Dax Thompson, the catcher. Shirley cleared things up, and here we'll have our 2-2 pitch with 2 outs. Runner at second. That's in the ground. Can't call it dirt. This is turf field. But in the ground, full count. If Mason reaches on deck for Carl Albert is Max Murphy. All right, here's Roberts. Payoff pitch. There goes Sexton. Chopper, I think that's foul. Yeah, it's called foul. So we'll do it again. That's an A-grade lawn care foul ball.
It was the right thing to do. I mean, I know a lot of times people will second guess that. You have the runner. There's no doubt about that. Sexton's going to make his way to third, but Davis or Avery has got to protect his at bat, and so he puts that down the third base line, and it goes foul.
And if it was a ball, it's tougher throw to make for a catcher with a right-handed batter. Here we go, the payoff pitch again. That's
there we go.
4. And that time Sexton didn't take off, although I don't think a throw would have got him, but either way we will see a walk for Mason Avery. So 2 runners on now, second and first. They could courtesy run for Mason, and here comes, we'll get the name here in a moment.
Yeah, it's number 5. They're going to courtesy run for him.
Boston Holland.
Almost every time as he continues to recover and not recover just in regard to they want to keep his legs good.
Yeah.
And he's going to go get the equipment on and get ready for the next inning.
Yeah, even with catches that run well, coaches will courtesy run for them with 2 outs.
Absolutely.
So they can get a head start at getting on their equipment. And of course, a courtesy runner is different than a pinch runner. His first pitch to Murphy is a strike. Got the lower part of the zone there, but Mason Avery can come back because he's a catcher. Same goes for pitchers. Every time he's replaced on the base pass, he can come back in. That's the courtesy that pitchers and catchers get. That is low, ball 1.
Perrymore's gotten a little bit more shaky with runners on bases, so.
You mean Roberts?
I'm sorry, Roberts. Yeah, Perrymore's our guy.
Yes.
He's not pitching.
We're not used to him, though.
He's not pitching against us right now.
Perrymore's new to those of us calling on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Yep.
The guy we're used to is Mason Avery, of course, starting the big games for Carl Albert. And I think Pryor is conscientious of a potential double steal. Got a couple guys who could do it, in Sexton and Holland. And they'll do it anyway.
The runners.
As it gets behind the catcher, Thompson, and we've had that a couple times. That's how Carl Albert has advanced their base runners. 2 walks, and both of them have advanced due to wild pitches.
You know, I said that when he was warming up before the first inning, was that he had thrown several wild pitches even in the warm-up, and so, you know, he's going to give us a chance.
2-1 pitch. Fouled off, into the netting.
It got the people below us here, too. I just want you to know. I mean, it's not just you, Jordan, that
well, that time I wasn't afraid.
Yeah, you were holding.
Yeah. A-grade lawn care foul ball and strike 2. It's a big moment here for Max Murphy. 2-2, 2 outs, 2 on. And a strikeout for Roberts. He needed that and to protect the lead, and he gets it. Murphy strikes out swinging. We play 2, and your score is Pryor 1, Carl Albert 0 on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices. Plus, find us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Search Oklahoma Sports Network.
And class, college is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
At Tommy's Express Car Wash, we know how to love your ride. Try the Works Wash with our signature 14-step cleaning process, engineered to shine and shield your car from the elements. From breaking down dirt and bugs with our Detox Pre-Wash to restoring your vehicle's finish with our ceramic body wax. Give your car the best with our Top Wash. Then complete the clean with free vacuums and mat washers. Download our app and get your first 30 days of the works for free. Tommy's Express. Love your ride.
Welcome back to Carl Albert Titans State Tournament Baseball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. A beautiful cloudy day in Owasso, Oklahoma. And we're now ready to begin the top of the 3rd inning, which of course is brought to you by Patrick Newby State Farm. And Pryor will lead off with their number 9 hitter, Trace Crawford, the shortstop. Lucas Perrymore pitched pretty well in the 2nd inning and started things off well with a strike. 0-1 the count.
Good job there by Perrymore, just painting that outside.
That's low, ball 1. 1-1 the count. And it should be a foul ball, I thought.
Yep, it is.
Yeah,
it had to take that second bounce to know for sure.
I thought it may have hit the batter, though, but it was a foul ball at that point. But, of course, it rolled foul. So A-grade lawn care foul ball and strike 2.
Got him. Rung him up with the curveball on the outside corner.
Yeah, Lucas looks dialed in, though, with right there with a strikeout, looking to Trace Crawford. That strikeout's brought to you by Patrick Newby State Farm. Scan the QR code for a free quote. Patrick Newby State Farm.
Back to the top of the order here.
Another strike.
Swearer starts out the way he started out before. He struck out his first time at bat.
Yep, struck out swinging. 1-1 the count now with that inside ball. Lucas working pretty quickly.
That one's going to go right back to him.
Another easy ground out to the pitcher, so That's when you really got to hit her off balance, when you can pitch to contact and get a soft one like that. And there are 2 away now, 2 outs. And Gavin Roberts, who had a single and scored on a wild pitch.
Now batting the pitcher, number 3, Gavin Roberts.
Will have his second at bat here.
Yeah, he got a single and actually ended up working his way all the way around and scoring. Nice pitch.
Perrymore has consistently got ahead these last 2 innings, and he's had here 0-1.
That one close. Stayed up just a little bit high.
So 1-1 with 2 outs. Harrington would be on deck here for Pryor.
There's
ground ball, there's Sexton. Tough throw, and
he got him!
What a play by Lane Sexton. He had to make the throw going to his right. Not an easy play, but he made it, and that's out number 3. So another 1-2-3 inning for Lucas Perrymore, thanks to some sterling defense by Lane Sexton, and we'll head to the bottom of the 3rd inning here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Isn't just where you live, it's where you thrive. Elevate it with a roof that reflects your standards. At Cantrell Roofing, we deliver efficiency and high-quality installations. Our A-plus BBB certified team performs the highest level of craftsmanship, and our in-house insurance adjuster handles claims fast and stress-free. Backed by 30 years of experience, our 5-star Google rating reflects the trust we've earned. The better your roof is built, the better it holds up in the Oklahoma weather. Remember, got hail? Call Cantrell.
Welcome back here on the Oklahoma Sports Network in this semifinal battle between the Pryor Tigers and the Carl Albert Titans. Jordan Ray along with Kirk Norman. A 1-2-3 inning for Carl Albert and their pitcher Lucas Perrymore in the top of the 3rd. And Kirk, that ended with a just heck of a play by Lane Sexton. I believe he made that throw. His feet weren't even set.
No, I agree. It's a good arm there by Sexton, and a good job there by Golden to pick that up because it came in with the bounce. You know, this is what I was talking about at the very beginning of the game. You asked me what I expected to see out of Carl Albert. Well, I'll be honest with you. I haven't seen it yet, and that is we have not been barreling up balls. And we've got strikeouts, flyouts, walks, but no good barreling up of any ball so far. So we're going to go here. Peyton Reed, this will be his first time to see this pitcher, and then we go back to the top of the lineup. I expect to see some things happening.
And first pitch is a foul ball to the lawn of Owasso, A-grade lawn care foul ball. A-grade lawn care for a lawn above the rest, and strike 1. Inside pitch there, count evens 1-1. And it's been a good outing so far for Pryor pitcher Gavin Roberts, as he gets in the count here 1-2. That one also gets the lawn. Puts that in play to the second baseman for Pryor. And you saw the speed for Peyton Reed. He made that a little close, but not a hard play for Max Spruill, who is the designated fielder, meaning he does not hit for Pryor, but he does play the field and gets the out there. And Kirk, you mentioned about not barreling up the ball. The closest was Peyton Lockridge's at bat, as he will bat for the second time.
Yep. And even that hit there by Peyton Reed, that was not well hit. It was a slow roller to second base, and so we're going to see. We're going to see what they're made of here as they walk back through this lineup one more time.
Peyton Lockridge lined out to right field, so he hit it pretty well. Just stayed in the air too long for a base hit. Hits it hard there. But
that
right
one was a
shortstop.
nice hard ball.
And that's going to be an easy out, as even though he's fast, Trace Crawford had plenty of time to make that throw, and does, for out number 2.
Well, a ball that's well hit like that is going to get to the shortstop faster, so he's got more time to make the throw. But that at least was a well hit ball. Peyton's put the bat on the ball twice. He's the only one so far. So here comes Jordan Hawkins.
over time, some of those ground balls will find the hole.
Yep.
Hawkins takes an outside strike there. He struck out swinging on 3 pitches and falls behind here 0-1. Struck out his last at bat. Gavin Roberts continues to excel here. Gets that 0-2.
Yeah, Jordan needs to take a minute to step back and recollect his thoughts. It's like he's not seeing the ball real well. That was not even a good attempt there at the swing. So
0-2 pitch.
There's one, and that may go. Depends on the wind.
It's out, and this game is tied. And again, Jordan Hawkins, batting left-handed, hits an opposite field home run. And that's actually 2 out of 3 at-bats as he did in his last at-bat, a 3-run bomb that they needed. And the bottom of the 6th, so top of the 7th, I believe it was, yesterday against Collinsville.
Well, that's what you need to do. I mean, you got to make a liar out of the announcer. When I say you're not even making a good attempt and the next pitch goes over the left field fence, I mean, that's the way it ought to be right there. Jordan, maybe he heard me, maybe he got mad. I'll take that for a home run.
Meanwhile, the catcher for Pryor may need to adjust his radio.
Yeah, I think his battery pack went down. They're going to give him a new battery pack. And I have to be honest with you, I think this has as much to do with gamesmanship as anything. The reason I say that is because when this pitcher gives up a home run, I think the coach has said to his catcher, hey, if he gives up a home run, you need to come over here and change that battery pack. We're going to give him a few minutes.
So giving Gavin Roberts a chance to collect himself without using a coach's pitch to the mound.
Oh!
Right at the pitcher.
Well hit ball, right back to Roberts.
Jackson Webster, he hit it hard like you want, but unfortunately was right at someone who was ready for it. So that's a line out to the pitcher for Jackson Webster. But thanks to Jordan Hawkins, who his first 5 pitches didn't look very good as he was swinging and missing, but that 6th pitch he got hits a home run the opposite field line, left field line to tie the game. It's 1-1. Carl Albert and Pryor on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices. Plus, find us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Search Oklahoma Sports Network and watch from anywhere.
Welcome back to Carl Albert Titan Baseball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. This game is now tied 1-1, so basically the game starts over for Lucas Perrymore. This is the top of the 4th inning now. And the pitch is to Daniel Harrington, the right fielder. First pitch is a ball. You think it would be natural, Kirk, for a sophomore pitcher to feel a little different now that the game's tied. But you really don't want him to feel different because he was pitching really well the last 2 innings.
Yeah, you don't want him to let down.
No. He falls behind the count here, 2-0. Harrington flew out to right field, his last at bat.
There's
a
one.
Ground ball. Peyton Reed is there, fields it cleanly. Bit of a high throw, but not too high for Golden, and gets out number 1. So just making a quality pitch, Kirk, when you're down the count 2-0 like that, that's
it's.
Nice
I mean, and there again, that's what Perrymore has been a little bit weak on. Where when you look at Roberts, that's what he was giving is go ahead and let my defense work.
Yep.
And that's exactly what you want to do.
Saw Mason try to frame that first pitch, but he won't get it. It's ball 1. Clinton Stoller, who walked. That walk was the wild pitch as he fouls one off there. A great lawn care foul ball. So the count evens 1-1. We want to remind you all replays are brought to you by Triple Elite Screen Printing. Triple Elite, a mainstay sponsor of the Oklahoma Sports Network. Find world-class design and hot new styles at Triple Elite. Got a few replays in.
Nice curveball. Great job there. Kind of froze Stoller a little bit.
So 1-2 with one out.
Oh, that curve back in again.
Let's see if we can get that replay. And he didn't like that. Harrington didn't like that, but that curveball really fooled him. And they call it a strikeout looking, as you see that on Triple Elite Screen Printing replay. I got to admit, that surprised me, Kirk. I'm not arguing with the call, though.
No, it was a nice call. It did come right back in. And, yeah, Stoller didn't like that at all.
It's Harrington, I believe.
Actually, that was
you're
Stoller.
Right, Stoller struck out. He grounded out.
Another strike there.
I missed the name. So it's Clint Stoller struck out, the first baseman. Now it's Carter Sloan, who takes strike one, the left fielder. Swung on and missed there. 0-2 the count, so now this is what you're hoping to see from Perrymore after
Perrymore needs to relax and just keep pitching the pitches.
Good 0-2 pitch there. He just missed. Count goes to 1-2.
Yeah, and you definitely want to put that on the outside like that. If you're going to lay one up there that's that high, you want to definitely make sure it's on the outside. And he strikes him out again. There's that curveball coming in with some velocity.
Remind you all, strikeouts are brought to you by Patrick Gibby State Farm. And all replays brought to you by Triple Elite Screen Printing. And that is the third out of the inning. Another strikeout for Perrymore. And we will head to the bottom of the fourth on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At Tommy's Express Car Wash, we know how to love your ride. Try the Works Wash with our signature 14-step cleaning process, engineered to shine and shield your car from the elements. From breaking down dirt and bugs with our Detox Pre-Wash to restoring your vehicle's finish with our ceramic body wax. Give your car the best with our Top Wash. Then complete the clean with free vacuums and mat washers. Download our app and get your first 30 days of the works for free. Tommy's Express. Love your ride.
Welcome back to Carl Albert State Tournament Baseball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Game is tied 1-1, bottom of the fourth inning. Jordan Ray, Kirk Norman. Had some close games here. All games yesterday were decided by 3 runs or less. Wouldn't be surprised if that's the outcome here.
Hey, in that last inning, we had 4 batters come to the plate, and 2 of those guys really hit the ball well. And so, you know, I want to challenge him to do it again.
Yep.
Golden needs to come up. Sexton needs to come up. Davis needs to come up and see what they can do.
And it was the last 2 hitters, too. So maybe gaining a little bit of understanding here what they have to do. As Joaquin Golden, the first baseman, leads off this inning, he takes a ball. So 1-0 the count.
That one did catch the outside of the plate.
Count even 1-1. Golden, last at bat, fouled out to first base. That one in the ground, ball 2.
That's called a bouncer. That bounced before it ever got to the plate.
I'm making myself not say in the dirt.
Right.
It's not dirt. I like to remind myself of that. Another one that bounces. 3-1 the count now as Golden may take first here on the walk, but this is a good hitter's count, and he is not afraid to swing away. Does swing away there.
Does, right out to the shortstop again. Well hit ball, so we're getting some bat on the ball, and we'll take that.
Trace Crawford, makes the play at short, and there's one out now. Lane Sexton, who walked his last at bat and got all the way to third base, will step in now. Thinking like Lane has good at bats. He rarely gets cheated.
That one bounced off the plate.
I want to remind you that This is the 11 a.m. time slot in the semifinals. They wanted to start them early in case there's weather. So if there is no weather, we'll have our state championship matchups figured out by late afternoon. Sexton, that's another hard hit ball. What a stab there by the third baseman for Pryor, and he got the out. That brought to you by Eli Swerve. Good play by Eli, and Kirk gets another hard hit out.
It is. Again, I'm happy we're putting the bat on the ball, and those are going to get through eventually. Now, I got to tell you right there, Swerve, I don't think we want to see him pitch. That kid's got an arm.
Yeah, we really don't know who would be the pitching options for Pryor, but we expect that, like most teams in 5A, they will go to a position player to pitch.
Right.
Carl Albert's the exception to that, though, as you see a swing and miss there by Mason Avery, who walked his last at bat. Sorry, it's Bo Davis. Bo Davis, who flew out to right field. That's something that I admire about Carl Albert, Kirk, is they rarely need to go to the field, one of their fielders to pitch when they bring in a second pitcher.
They do a good job at working on and developing pitchers.
Yeah.
And
so you could see for Carl Albert, Jackson Ritchie pitch, maybe Purcell could come out of the bullpen. That pitch bounces, and the count goes 3-1. And Eli Esparza has pitched a lot for Carl Albert.
Yep.
And none of those guys play out in the field, so you can warm them up in the bullpen and give them a lot of time to warm up.
Ritchie and Esparza both had good outings their last time. That one's going right back over our head.
Another foul ball to the lawn, brought to you by 8th Grade Lawn Care. He had a good pitch to hit there, just couldn't quite square up, so the count is full with 2 outs. Roberts pitch to Davis. Oh, he took it, and it's called strike 3.
Yeah, that one was a questionable pitch, just kind of like the one that the Pryor guy took, where he's standing there watching.
Yep, it's a risk not to take it, and the risk did not pay for that case. A strikeout for Roberts, and we remain tied 1-1 as we head to the 5th inning on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rollovers. If you've been in a wreck, don't hesitate to call us.
This is why you need our number in your phone.
This could be you! When you call our firm, you're going to get one of us, not some paralegal or office manager.
Most lawyers, they take more money than their clients. Most of the time, a lot more.
We don't, and we guarantee it.
Welcome back to Carl Albert Titans State Semifinal Baseball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Another pitcher's duel, and that's what you expect with teams that have 30-plus wins. Usually they got good options as far as starting pitchers go. They don't just have one. And that's what we have here today. All 4 teams have 30-plus wins, as they will lead off. Pryor does with Jaron Bailey, the center fielder, who fouled out to first base. They have not had a base runner in a while.
No, they haven't.
The first inning, really. Perry Moore's been unbelievable.
That one stayed up high. Had the right trajectory, just stayed up a little bit high, never did break down.
So 2-0 the pitch, or the count.
That one, stayed low. I thought that one was in.
So 3-0 the count.
That one's
that's
outside,
a 4-pitch
walking.
walk. Maybe that's another announcer's jinx, because I was saying no base runners for over 3 innings, and now first batter reaches base via a walk. Here comes Dax Thompson, the catcher, who fouled out to first base. So we're first base runner for Pryor since the first inning, and Perrymore not with command of strike zone at the moment. That Pitch is outside for a
Yeah,
ball.
one of the things he does is he rushes. He's got to slow down and literally separate each pitch.
Way outside again. 6 pitches, 6 balls, and that sort of thing that will lead to a meeting on the mound.
And what better guy to go to the mound? I mean, this is the guy that's your number 1 ace pitcher. And what better guy to go to the mound and have a talk and settle him down and say, hey, I've been there, just relax, you can do this.
And that's basically what's happening. I mean, you're dead on there, Kirk, because there's no other coach that comes out. So that had to be Mason's meeting. He's an ace pitcher and a senior, and in this case, the catcher. So I'm sure as a sophomore, Lucas Perrymore should listen to everything Mason says.
You can't see it on camera, but we are sending out some guys to the bullpen right now. There you go. There you go. Just a little talking to. Slow down. You're going to be okay. He gets the strike after the conference.
That pitch not too outside. And that's the first strike he's thrown this inning. Quickly goes back to first. Jaron Bailey, center fielder, gets back in time. And now we count 2-1. Here comes Perrymore. That one is lined to center field, and it falls in front of Jordan Hawkins. So a base hit after a walk. The base runner does not advance. So there's 2 on, runners at first and second, and no one out. It's the bottom of the order for Pryor right now with Hunter Vivian, the 8th place hitter, up. It's the first time Pryor hit the ball well. Really, it's their second base hit. Gavin Roberts had one the first inning. So.
Okay, so now the coach is going to come out. He's going to have a little talk. I don't think he's actually going to take the ball.
Yeah.
And I think Perrymore's got the ball out of his glove like he's going to. I don't think he's going to take the ball. I did see Eli Esparza head out to the bullpen, so he's going to be warming up out in the bullpen. This may just take a little bit of time. Maybe it's time that Coach really would like to have him go ahead and change out a pitcher, but he's going to give Esparza a little more time to warm up. So this is just the first time to the mound, and we'll see how this plays out. Again, no outs with 2 on.
And you like how this is the second meeting, but this is not an official meeting because basically Mason Avery handled the first meeting.
Right,
so
right.
You can have a second meeting here without having to take out the pitcher. That's the nice thing about having him as a catcher. I'm sure, though, they had to talk about a possible bunt here, Kirk, I would imagine.
Yeah, no outs. You want to move the players around. I think that's a real possibility. The only thing that can happen here that would not go well would be if Vivian were to pop it up and you were able to catch one of these guys running.
Yeah, that may affect how they pitch, too, trying to make a bunt harder, but we'll see. Vivian does square to bunt. Lays off at the last moment, and it's ball 1. Not seen any show of bunt this game until now. But yeah, it's a great place to bunt. Your 8th place hitter, and you got 2 on, no one out. Shows bunt again. Lays one down. You're going to have to go to first. Golden got on it quickly, had to go to first, so it's a sacrifice bunt for Hunter Vivian. And now we got runners at second and third with 1 out. And it'll be the 9th place hitter, and this is where you need to, take advantage of the fact it's the bottom of the order and find a way to get an out without advancing the runner at third home. As again, we're getting a little late into the game here.
Well, with 1 out, I mean, all the options are available for Pryor at this point.
Middle infielders playing in.
Definitely what you want is a base hit. And he's
going
to call that a strike.
0-1 the count.
Going to take the gimme at that point.
Controversial first pitch from the perspective of the Pryor crowd.
And the Pryor coach.
Yeah. I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just making the observation.
No, that's what I said. I'll take the gimme.
0-1. That one
is
is
foul back.
0-2 now. That's an A-grade lawn care foul ball. Oh, Lucas wants to strike out badly. With a runner at third, less than 2 outs. He's got to be careful about throwing a pitch too low. 0-2. Oh, he puts it in play.
Well, he's going to score one.
Yeah, it should score a run. Jackson Webster makes the catch. He hits the cutoff guy, keeping the other runner from scoring. And Kirk, what do you think? He threw a high pitch that was definitely hittable to the outfield on an 0-2 count.
Yeah, that was just a miss pitch there. You've got to keep that low.
I agree.
You've got to keep that low. You've got to keep that to the outside. You've got to keep that off of his power, and because anything he puts up is going to go to the outfield.
So Pryor retakes the lead 2-1 here in the 5th inning. And walks, they can hurt you. That stays in play.
This one's going to be a tough play.
No play. Infield hit. Really, it's probably best Murphy didn't throw that. And that was too slowly hit. For a second, he thought it might go foul, but it definitely did not. Stayed in play, and that's an infield hit for Swartz. So we got runners at first and third, 2 outs. And now Gavin Roberts will step up, and he already had a single. And if he can hit one here, Pryor will have some cushion. And there's a delay right now. Not expecting, I'm not sure what it is, but we're going to resume here.
Well, actually, that was just a deal where Coach Whiteley was talking to his pitcher from the dugout, and everybody just got quiet, and everything stopped. Nice
Good
strike there.
0-1 the count to Roberts. Also, he grounded out to shortstop.
Yeah.
His last at bat.
Yeah, great play by Sexton on that ground out to shortstop.
The score is 2-1 Pryor.
That's right in there. That was clean all the way. Gavin's looking back at the ump, but that was just a nice, well-placed ball.
Now timeout's called. 0-2 the count, 2 outs. Runners at first and third. And again, Pryor is retaking the lead 2-1. To Sexton. Going to be tough. I don't know if it'll be
got him.
It is.
He got him.
It's the only place he could go was taking the out at second. Peyton Reed caught it well. That would have been a run if it was a little bit later. But the score will remain 2-1 with a big third out there. Carl Albert, all right, it's now their turn. They got to come back here down 2-1 on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices. Plus, find us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Search Oklahoma Sports Network and watch from anywhere.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rollovers. If you've been in a wreck, don't hesitate to call us.
This is why you need our number in your phone. This could be you.
When you call our firm, you're going to get one of us, not some paralegal or office manager.
Most lawyers, they take more money than their clients. Most of the time, a lot more.
We don't, and we guarantee it.
Welcome back to Carl Albert Titans State Tournament Baseball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Carl Albert will have due up their 7, 8, and 9 hitters, Avery, Murphy, and Reed, as they are down 2-1 now. And in this case for Pryor, a walk and a single and a sac fly, thanks to also a sac bunt that led to the sac fly, and some small ball helps Pryor retake the lead. Avery chops that one foul. I want to remind you, I mentioned a few minutes ago about this early time start, and the second time slot for these games is 1:30. That's when it's scheduled. These games often get pushed back a little bit. And we'll have for you Newcastle and Bishop Kelly, but also Elgin will be playing. Avery lines that to right field.
That's going to get down.
Give him a run. Oh, it hits into fair territory. Opposite field single for Mason. And expect to see another courtesy runner, as this is a huge runner at first.
That's the way you start the inning right there, though, gentlemen. Boston Holland is going to be the courtesy runner for Mason Avery. Nice hit.
Sun is coming out now, so you may see a brighter picture on your screen. And, of course, with the catcher Avery getting on base, courtesy runner will come in, Boston Holland. And you can play some small ball now if you're Carl Albert. It's a good effort, by the way, the right fielder Daniel Harrington, but he got there just a little late. Max Murphy shows bunt and bunts it foul.
Yeah, dangerous bunt even. I mean, dangerous as a bunt. That ball went 12, 15 feet in the air. You don't want that to happen. You got to get that ball down.
See if he tries it again. See if at some point they may send Boston Holland. Has not been a lot of steal attempts this game. He does try it again. That's in the air for a while too.
Yeah,
that's in a good spot where it lands, and he's now down the count 0-2.
Yeah, I mean he's fortunate. I mean he's just fortunate there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't let that ball go up in the air. Little twist here. I saw Coach Whiteley go into the dugout, and the guy that is actually on deck right now is Jason Purcell. So he may be coming in and
another foul ball.
Pinch hitting for Peyton Reed.
That would be interesting. So that's the guy, because you have other options. You got Anglin.
Yep.
As one potential guy who can hit in that spot.
0-2 still to count, no outs. Runner on first.
Oh. Swung on and missed at the high heat. And Mac Murphy strikes out swinging for the second time. So also another option they had was Camden Brown, who played some first base before Bo Davis got healthy, a left-handed hitter, but the guy they call on is Jason Purcell. I'm only saying this, we've only done a few games at Carl Albert on the Oklahoma Sports Network, of course, but Jason Purcell, I haven't seen him do a lot at the plate in those games, or even get the chance to, so I wouldn't know, though. Coach Wadley would know who he wants at batting in this situation. It's Purcell who swings and fouls that off for strike one. I wonder what point they might send Boston Holland. So Purcell batting for Peyton Reed, but Peyton Reed can come back in this game. We just pinch hit for one time. They go back to first. Thinking a little bit about Boston themselves is Gavin Roberts, but Holland gets back with ease. Good pitch from Roberts.
Yeah, caught the outside of the plate.
I wouldn't mind sending Boston here, Kirk. If it's a strike him out, throw him out double play, you can start the next thing with the top of the order.
Yeah, you're down by one. You want to play a little bit conservative. You got to try to get runs across the plate. Oh!
They call that strike three.
They did.
The catcher had to lunge for that.
They did.
Thompson, but it still got the strike zone. And Purcell strikes out looking. And now Peyton Lockridge, it's up to him to keep this inning alive. The tying run at first. Lockridge hit the ball pretty well, but hit it to the right fielder in the first inning, and then his next at bat he hit the shortstop.
He just needs to get one through. There's
right
one
there.
through right there.
Will
Get
that
down.
drop?
It does.
Right in front.
Holy Toledo!
With 2 outs. That was hit so hard, though, even though that Holland was running on contact, he had no chance to really take third. However, do you need to take third when Jordan Hawkins is batting?
Well,
I mean, what you'd like to. I'm saying you got a guy that he's in scoring position, perhaps from home plate.
Again, he's not hitting a home run every time he steps to the plate. I mean,
that's true.
So,
you know, Jordan wants this. What's interesting is how he struck out swinging on 3 pitches and looked like he might do the same thing his next at bat, as he was down 0-2 in the count.
You know, one of the things you've got to do here, though, is Jordan Hawkins, you just got to remember, I don't need to be swinging for the fence every time. I need to keep putting ball on the bat and base hits, score runs, and, you know, I'm happy with that. Jackson Webster came up right behind him, hit an absolute shot back to the pitcher, which any other day would have gone out to the outfield. So, you know, I mean, that you've got to trust everybody on the team.
That's a foul ball. The first pitch was called a ball. Late grade lawn care foul ball. They have been pitching Jordan away, and I think that's he kind of got it onto that, and that's how he was able to hit that home run, his last at bat down the left field line, which you don't expect usually from a left-handed hitter. Not been going inside to him. Let's see what Gavin Roberts does here with a 1-1 count. 2 runners on, 2 outs. They look back Holland at second. You got good speed on the bases. You probably don't need to gamble here with Hawkins and his ability to hit the ball to the gap. Now looks like we'll see a 1-1 delivery. Hawkins hits it well.
Get out of here!
And it's gone! Making a 4-2 lead. Kirk, maybe he can hit a home run every bat.
I'll keep bringing it. I'll keep bringing it. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Yes!
That is the first home run we've seen in these 2 days. Of course, we missed one game. Get the teams wrong. Noble and Bishop Kelly. But that's the first home run we've seen hit to right field. But you know what? Jordan Hawkins does not need wind to get the ball out of the park. And all of a sudden, this game is turned around completely as Carl Albert, you can call it a clutch home run with 2 outs in the 5th inning. They are now ahead 4-2. I want to remind you, any replays you see are brought to you by Triple H Screen Printing. And here's Jackson Webster, who hit the ball really hard to the pitcher. Last at bat, hits the ball hard here.
Oh,
can he beat out that throw? It's a quick throw and a good throw.
Yep.
That was a very athletic play by Swore. He is a good third baseman.
That's why I say you don't want to see him pitching. That kid has got an arm.
He's got reflexes too.
Carl Albert does a fantastic job by just playing, getting some people on base, and then Jordan Hawkins doing his Jordan Hawkins things. And man, Carl Albert goes on top 4-2.
And we'll be back with the top of the 6th inning here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At Tommy's Express Car Wash, we know how to love your ride. Try the Works Wash with our signature 14-step cleaning process, engineered to shine and shield your car from the elements. From breaking down dirt and bugs with our Detox Pre-Wash to restoring your vehicle's finish with our ceramic body wax. Give your car the best with our Top Wash. Then complete the clean with free vacuums and mat washers. Download our app and get your first 30 days of the works for free. Tommy's Express. Love your ride.
Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices. Plus, find us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Search Oklahoma Sports Network and watch from anywhere.
Welcome back to Carl Albert Titans State Championship Baseball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. For the first time this game, Carl Albert has the lead thanks to a 3-run bomb by Jordan Hawkins with 2 outs. Our first home run we've seen in our games that we've streamed here. This is our 4th game that we've streamed here at Owasso. Our first home run we've seen hit to right field. Jordan Hawkins has 3 home runs in these 2 games. He loves this field. If this score holds for Carl Albert, they'll have to go to a different field, though. As laying down a bunt for Pryor. I believe that's Clinton Stoller. Lost my place here.
Well, I can tell you real quick. That is Daniel Harrington.
Harrington who grounded out to second. Stoller's on deck. I should know he was a left-handed batter. Ball 1. Hard hit and nice
good job there by Joaquin.
And he gets the out at first. He stumbled, but that ball was so hard hit that as long as he fielded it cleanly, he was going to get the first in time, and he did. And a tough one for Pryor because Harrington hit it well, but you know what? That's Pryor's had those breaks, so it's kind of Carl Albert's turn of a hard hit ball that leads to an out. Clinton Stoller, first baseman who struck out looking on at bat now, takes a ball. We're just to see how much longer do we see Perrymore. He's doing good right now. And the count. Actually, it was a ball previously, so it's 1-1. Good breaking ball from Perrymore. That one looked like he kind of lost the grip on that, and this is high.
That was about where the first pitch was, and I'm telling you right now, Stoller's going to take one of those in the shoulder. He doesn't mind. He's going to stand there and take it. That one was pretty, though, because Stoller was expecting some of the same kind of stuff, and Perrymore just laid one right down the middle.
75th pitch thrown by Perrymore, so not really a problem there. He got a similar strikeout before, and I think that may have been to Stoller. Yeah, I think
it was.
Yeah,
it was. And Stoller stared back at the ump the last time, just like he did a minute ago.
Very similar pitch that missed in this case, so the count goes full. That one is lined down the right field line. That's fair. Can he turn 2 here? He will stay at first. Yeah. But a nice opposite field single for Clinton Stoller. Remember, Carl Albert got their rally started with an opposite field single for Mason Avery. That one, though, was more of a laser.
Good decision to stay at first. Yeah. And I promise you that Peyton Lockridge had the arm to bring it in.
Well, that's why you like speed in the outfield. He got that ball quickly enough that Stoller thought better of it. And, of course, he just needs to get on base because he does not represent the tying run here. Swung on and missed. As Carter Sloan steps in, he struck out swinging here. Brian Widely, if the head coach of Carl Albert, he'll pull the trigger if he feels he needs to. He's got the pitchers for it. He's going to let Perrymore deal with his potential tying run as that pitch is outside for a ball.
That's one of those that, you know, depending upon the inning and depending upon kind of who's up there, that was a strike a couple of times ago. That one's going to be inside the field.
Very shallow. Coming over is Peyton Reed. And that's out number 2, a big out there. And yeah, Perrymore's, when he's at his A game, if he's not getting strikeouts, he's getting high fly balls that are hit shallow. So it's up to Jaron Bailey for Pryor. And the tying run is at bat with a runner at first. Carl Albert is 4 outs away, trying to make it 3 outs as Perrymore.
Well, you said something. You said something that was very understated. You said that was a big out. That is a huge out that was taken right there. With 2 outs, things just change. Things get easier. Oh, yeah.
That helps too. And it's 0-2 now.
I got to tell you that Mason Avery is really helping him out. He is helping Perry Moore out with everything that he's doing behind the plate. Where he sets up, the way that he is moving.
That's a foul ball on the 0-2 pitch, A-grade lawn care foul ball. And that's the type of thing you would love and probably would keep Mason behind the plate for tomorrow if Carl Albert is able to advance. With the expertise he has at pitching that he can use while he's catching. But they got to get there first. They got to get 4 more outs.
Absolutely.
And they get it out here. That is another high fly ball, but shallow, and an easy out for Peyton Reed, and Carl Albert is 3 outs away from another berth in the state championship game. We'll see if they can add some insurance runs when we come back on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Isn't just where you live, it's where you thrive. Elevate it with a roof that reflects your standards. At Cantrell Roofing, we deliver efficiency and high-quality installations. Our A-plus BBB certified team performs the highest level of craftsmanship, and our in-house insurance adjuster handles claims fast and stress-free. Backed by 30 years of experience, our 5-star Google rating reflects the trust we've earned. The better your roof is built, the better it holds up in the Oklahoma weather. Remember, got hail? Call Cantrell.
All right, welcome back to Carl Albert Titans State Championship Baseball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. And we could then be down to our final inning here, which would be the bottom of the 6th and the top of the 7th if Carl Albert can get this lead to hold. Right now, of course, they will take nothing for granted as they want some insurance runs, and it will start with Joaquin Golden, who grounded out to shortstop his last at bat, also fouled out to first base. He'll be followed by Lane Sexton and then Bo Davis. The story of the game is Jordan Hawkins, who is ending his career at Carl Albert with a bang. He's actually had 3 bangs these last 2 days. And in this game, he's got all 4 RBIs for Carl Albert. And he had the big swing. He had one to the opposite field in his second at bat. As this one is...
That one's coming right back down towards us here. We're going to miss it. I had you covered.
Yeah. I decided to protect my head and not the camera. I have a backup camera if we need to for our next game.
Yeah, just in case.
Just in case, yeah. I got one in our car, as we also have Newcastle coming up here. That one
base hit. Get it!
Center field. It drops.
Great job there by Golden to put that in play. Get it out there between right center field and let it drop in. So that's a nice single for Golden.
You remember Carl Albert when they were pitching to Collinsville in the 7th inning, as we will see a pinch runner for Golden. Number 10.
That's Wyatt Cordray coming in.
Yep, number 10.
And Wyatt has had a little bit of a knee injury. And so he was actually out here before the game, well before the game, an hour before the game, running the bases a little bit, seeing how he felt. And so they feel good enough to get him in there.
So we expect Joaquin to come back in the game, as this will be a one-time pinch runner. And here is Lane Sexton. And Sexton,
that one's going to get out.
And it's going to get out of play. Foul ball. A-grade lawn care foul ball and strike 1. Well, for Carl Albert, when they tried to shut the door against Collinsville, they had some problems, and they ended up giving up 3 runs. So, but they had a 6-0 lead, so that was okay. But that's why they definitely want to score more here, to take nothing for granted. Throw back to first, and Cordray is back easily. It's been overall a good game for Gavin Roberts. Just 2 pitches he'd rather have back. Go back to first again. not seen a steal attempt yet from Carl Albert.
I don't think you're going to see one here.
I agree. I think he's going to try to get him over other ways. It looked like a good pitch from Roberts, but he didn't get it.
No, he got it.
Oh, he did. Well, I didn't see a motion from the ump. But
yep.
Okay. Count is 0-2. So that is strike 2.
And there again, that's on the outside, way outside. A lot of the batters are thinking there's no way that can be, but he's calling it. And if he's going to call it, you got to swing at it.
Yep.
I mean that, and they know that. I mean this is the 6th inning. You know what this umpire is doing, so you've got to reach your bat out there, step across the plate, do whatever you need to do.
Sure, Sexton will expand his zone here as he's down 0-2 in the count. Inside pitch there, easily a ball. Pryor will have up their 7, 8, and 9 hitters.
That's right. That's good for the Titans.
So
even though they've been a little bit productive.
Yeah. Yeah, Cordray had a bit more of a lead there, so he had to dive back to first, but gets back easily.
One of the things too is Cordray's, he's like 6'3", so he looks like he's off the base a lot further than he is.
But he can take a long stride, and with his length, he can dive back quickly.
There's a base hit. Get out!
Oh, and it does! In front of the left fielder. And 2 singles for Carl Albert as they're not going to be content with 4 runs. Lane Sexton with a single. He now has a walk, a ground out to third, and a single. And, yeah, we may see at least a meeting on the mound for Pryor as they have got to keep these runners from scoring. Carl Albert will bring up Bo Davis here. We'll see if there's a pitching change or if it's just to get things straight with the infield, especially since there's 2 on and nobody out.
I'm pretty sure it's a pitching change because the center fielder is coming in.
That is what's happening there, and the center fielder for Pryor is Jaron Bailey, and he pitched. Now, Kirk, can you remember against Midwest City? Was he the second pitcher? I think he was.
I think he was the second pitcher.
Which he did well. He got the save. The first pitcher they brought in the 7th inning, I believe, was Vivian, and that was a disaster. So he didn't throw many pitches yesterday, but he did throw some, so he can come in here. And we'll take a quick break as we have a pitching change right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices. Plus, find us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Search Oklahoma Sports Network and watch from anywhere.
Isn't just where you live, it's where you thrive. Elevate it with a roof that reflects your standards. At Cantrell Roofing, we deliver efficiency and high-quality installations. Our A-plus BBB certified team performs the highest level of craftsmanship, and our in-house insurance adjuster handles claims fast and stress-free. Backed by 30 years of experience, our 5-star Google rating reflects the trust we've earned. The better your roof is built, the better it holds up in the Oklahoma weather. Remember, got hail? Call Cantrell.
At Tommy's Express Car Wash, we know how to love your ride. Try the Works Wash with our signature 14-step cleaning process, engineered to shine and shield your car from the elements. From breaking down dirt and bugs with our Detox Pre-Wash to restoring your vehicle's finish with our ceramic body wax. Give your car the best with our Top Wash. Then complete the clean with free vacuums and mat washers. Download our app and get your first 30 days of the works for free. Tommy's Express. Love your ride.
Welcome back to Carl Albert State Tournament Baseball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Jordan Ray with Kirk Norman, Brandy Thomas producing. And yes, Jaron Bailey comes out from center field to pitch now for Pryor. Gavin Roberts moves from pitcher to shortstop. And Trace Crawford moves from short to center field. So
one of the things I remember about Bailey yesterday is he's got a lot of motion on his ball. His ball's going to go a lot right to left. So you definitely want to watch out. And we've got no outs.
Bo Davis showed bunt, pulled it back, high pitch for a ball.
That's a definite way to get a guy off balance. Is he's going to turn around after looking at second base and seeing Bo Davis standing there with the bat across the plate.
1-0 pitch. Nice pitch from Bailey, and it's 1-1 as that catches the outside corner. You can see that first baseman, though, for Pryor is charging in, Clinton Stoller. Carl Albert with 2 Jordan Hawkins home runs has a 4-2 lead.
Bo just needs to get a hold of one. Just get it into the outfield, get it through the infield. Big hole between the 5-6 hole. That one's going to go way up high. It's going to be playable, but it's going to put Cordray on third, I believe. There's no.
No, he thought better of it.
Yeah.
Third base was open for a bit, then 2 players came over. But the catch is made in foul territory by Carter Sloan, and that is a big out for Pryor. So a foul out to left field. All right, Mason Avery. He's actually reached base both times he's batted. And he's got to be courtesy run for, so he can get his equipment on both times. He's walked and singled. That single, it wasn't Mason scoring, but it scored because he did single, and that took that scored on the Jordan Hawkins second home run. Mason takes a strike there.
You don't get to see this on the screen, but Mason looks back at the ump, and he gave him the, yep, that's exactly what that was. That was a strike, and I stood there and looked at it.
Well, he appreciates that as a pitcher/catcher.
Yep. That one backed right over our head.
Another A-grade lawn care foul ball. It's an 0-2 count.
So Mason's got to protect the plate a little bit, got to battle a little bit.
Again, Carl Albert wants some insurance here. Avery, that could be a double play. Taken by the shortstop, and they'll get the easy out at first, and that will do it. So an unassisted double play, at least from the ground out to the throw, and a nice play made by the pitcher, the former pitcher, Gavin Roberts, as he moved to shortstop and got the out at second and threw the out at first. So that would be a 6-3 double play, ground ball double play, and we will head to the top of the 7th. Can Carl Albert get those 3 outs and advance to tomorrow's state championship game? We'll find out after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices. Plus, find us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Search Oklahoma Sports Network and watch from anywhere.
Isn't just where you live, it's where you thrive. Elevate it with a roof that reflects your standards. At Cantrell Roofing, we deliver efficiency and high-quality installations. Our A-plus BBB certified team performs the highest level of craftsmanship, and our in-house insurance adjuster handles claims fast and stress-free. Backed by 30 years of experience, our 5-star Google rating reflects the trust we've earned. The better your roof is built, the better it holds up in the Oklahoma weather. Remember, got hail? Call Cantrell.
Carl Albert is 3 outs away from a berth in tomorrow's state championship game, and they're going to try to get it right here. Top of the 7th. They will stay with Lucas Perrymore. It's the 7, 8, and 9 spots due up for Pryor. They may use a pinch hitter at some point. And we'll see how Lucas does. He can complete the game. They have options in the bullpen that they will go to if they feel it's needed. But Ryan Wiley wants to, or has shown he has confidence in his sophomore pitcher. So Dax Thompson, who has homered, not in this game, but the game before against Midwest City, has a single here. So not surprised they let him hit. He's probably one of their better hitters, but they have a good lineup, and so he bats 7th.
Here comes the wind again.
It has picked up, yes, which has been advantageous for those right-handed hitters hitting the ball to left field. First pitch misses, ball 1.
Relax, Barrymore. Just take your time. Let them come. There you go. Caught that inside.
Perrymore's at 85 pitches. Now it's behind the count 2-1.
Slow down, take your time. There's one right back here.
A-grade lawn care foul ball just over the fence behind us. Strike 2. So it's a 2-2 count.
Put the pitch where you want it. Let the defense work. There it is!
Swinging. This request, we see that on our Triple H screen printing replay. And Dax Thompson's a good hitter too. And he got him out on a nice breaking pitch there. Another strikeout for Perrymore. And the Titans are 2 outs away. Hunter Vivian, the DH. He sacrificed, bunted his last attempt. No, we won't try to do that here. He may try to bunt for a base hit, but I doubt it. As he takes a ball. Pryor down to their final 2 outs for the season. They've had a good season. That one's outside for a ball.
Slow down, take your time.
You don't want to walk him. But he's 1 ball away from doing that, 3-0. Now it's the 7th inning, and really any way of getting on base when you're not the tying run amounts to the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
In there for strike 1, and now obviously Hunter was going to take there. We'll see now if Hunter Vivian might swing away.
Barrymore's got to put it in there. There you go.
And swinging on 3-1, it's a swing and a miss, and the count goes full.
Just take your time, Perrymore. Line it up. Watch what's coming. Watch what's coming. Keep it down.
Payoff pitch.
Yeah! Caught him swinging now. 2 strikeouts in the 7th inning. You can't ask for any more out of a sophomore. I'm telling you.
And to do it now, I mean, again, this is the 3rd time through the batting order, so they know him. Pryor knows them, but they can't figure him out. Down to up to 96 pitches. And they are not going to pinch hit for their 9-hole hitter, so Trace Crawford, it's up to him. And he takes strike 1. The Titans are 1 out away from a berth in the state championship game. Interesting, you remember what Blake said yesterday, Kirk, on the way home, that the final out's the toughest, but not here perhaps. Easy ground ball. The
and there it is! Good night, Irene!
Mac Murphy, who had maybe a couple of defensive issues, had no problem fielding that ground ball, making the throw to first. And Carl Albert has defeated Pryor by a score of 4-2 in the Battle of District Champions. 1 from the East, 1 from the West. I believe it's Districts 1 and 3. Carl Albert gets revenge on losing by 1 run to Pryor last year. That was a 2-1 extra inning game. If you remember, Kirk, in that game, Jordan Hawkins came up with a chance to win the game. Bases loaded, Bob in the 7th.
Yeah, well, he remembered today.
He struck out. He actually struck out in his first attempt here, his first at bat, but after that, won the game for Carl Albert with not 1 but 2 home runs. So let's talk about, as we can call that, a final up on the screen, and then let's find the Whataburger player of the game here, Brandy, if you can, in the somewhere over there. Our Whataburger player of the game.
Well, I kind of agree with what you said a minute ago, and definitely, especially with that last inning right there, you've got to hand it off there to Lucas Perrymore. Comes in as a sophomore, takes the pressure of this semifinal game, pitches not incredibly outstanding, pitches absolutely worthy of everything that he needed to get done today, and then comes up in the 7th inning, strikes out 2, and leaves a grounder to the 3rd baseman, and the Pryor Tigers will go home. So Carl Albert, so Perrymore and Hawkins then, I think, are kind of co-players of the game.
Oh, I'm convinced you're right, so that's what we'll do. It's by the way, this is for the Whataburger on 15th. Bill here won it the other day at Whataburger with the new Big Ranch Wrap Premium Whata Chicken Bites with a Bacon Cheese Whataburger Jr. Eat big for just a little, only at Whataburger. Our players of the game will be, without a doubt, Jordan Hawkins and Lucas Perrymore. And by the way, Kirk, how good does this make you feel for next year that they have Lucas Perrymore now? You weren't sure about him before last week. Now you know Carl Albert is a bona fide starter who might be an ace for them as Mason Avery will move on.
Yep.
And so you take that into account with some other non-seniors they have spread throughout their lineup, and they will have a good outlook for next year. But that's next year. Their concern is about tomorrow morning, as they have a berth in the state championship game over at 1 OK Field. It's where the Tulsa Drillers play. It'll start at 10 a.m. tomorrow. And now the question is, will Newcastle join them? We're going to go and end this stream, but we will come back within the hour and see if Newcastle can also secure a berth in the state championship game tomorrow as they take on Bishop Kelly. 2 more district champions going at it. A great game here. Carl Albert wins, and they will move on to the state championship game as they are looking for their 7th state championship this school year. How about that?
That's amazing. I'm telling you what. It's good to be a Titan.
Yeah, very good today as they come from behind and beat Pryor. All right, we'll go ahead and close the stream. Thank you all for tuning in. You've been watching Carl Albert State Tournament Baseball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.